All right, so I slung out 2 3-day trials, Monday and Tuesday. One is already committed to starting a 30-day program. The other one is talking about finishing the 9-week body transformation challenge and continuing as well. My wife got a couple people interested, and now she wants to jump on board as a distributor with me.
Okay, shoot. Nice job, brother. Pedal down, man. Good. Anybody else wins for the week?
Yeah. Got a couple walls framed in at the club. Shout out to Dan for that. Bob the Builder, Dan. And went to West Michigan Nutrition today. Got that Mac Daddy shake, and then went out and got some invites out for the crew down there. So try to get some more people in the door for them. Y'all got to get that Mac Daddy shake. Just don't murder the blender.
I'll give you guys the recipe at the end. Any more ones? Sean, go ahead, bro.
Can you, Rach? Yeah, turn your volume down, homie. Appreciate you. All right, so like Mike said, we had 212 memberships done at our grand opening, so it was real cool just to see everyone's so excited, with putting money in their pocket right away, but it just wasn't like empty money. It was like represented a bunch of people. We've been averaging probably around like 36, just like average. Yeah, so like yesterday we had 40. A lot of people coming in from like flyers, and we would just like pepper parking lots and Instagram and Facebook referral. So definitely are aiming for by the end of the week being between 50 and 60 consumptions. But just a lot of fun, just something different, and just crazy excited. And then I just hit my 50th cut of active supervisor. So, yeah.
Good job, Sean. Good. Anybody else wins for the week?
I made $90 today behind the bar at the nutrition club.
How's that feel?
Dion, how much? How much did you say?
90.
Damn, boy. Baby needs some shoes.
Yes, he does, bro. So I'll send you my address, and he wears a size 7. And he's 16 months old. Thanks, Dion. Got any more wins?
I got one.
Oh.
Let's go ladies first.
Yeah, definitely ladies first. Definitely ladies.
All right. Sean and I were out peppering cars, and we didn't get caught.
It's definitely a celebrate and definitely a win.
Yes, it is. For Mama to run. Yep.
Shout out, guys. All right, Hooter.
All right, so I've been trying to hit supervisor for over about 2 months. Like, my goal was to hit it like last month, and Monday I finally hit it, man. Also, I don't know about anybody's religion in here, but I just got baptized Sunday, and Monday I hit supervisor, so that was a good blessing for me. I feel like that was a good step to take in my life this moment.
Nice job, brother.
Correlating with this business, so.
Good, bro. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Good. Anybody else? Let's go one more. One more win.
I'll go.
Go ahead, bro.
I got 14 new people into the club this past week, and then I got out 3 3-day trials today.
Hey, Steven. Can you explain really quick to the group what it's like when you had your little moment inside the club on the grand opening, what it's like to finally put in work and then find your niche and then have it show up for you? Can you explain that?
Shoot, bro. I don't know. It's hard. Can you lower you a little bit? I don't know. It's just like, it's weird. It's just like,
okay. So this kid, just to give you guys a back, for all you guys who are new, this kid has been around 4.5 years, almost 5 years. 5 years in June, right? Yeah, 5 years in June, somewhere around there. So 5 years in June-ish. And, you know, Steven's one of those kids who's like a master of contribution. If you don't know Steven, if you just look up the definition of contribution and his name will really pop up. So really, you see a lot of stuff happening with, the leadership group and all the calls we're doing, but Steven has really been kind of like the backbone for the organization and getting the stuff that nobody else wants to do done. And then just really has been like bouncing around thing to thing to thing, trying to find his niche in Herbalife. And I can tell you this, starting at 17, right, bro?
Yeah.
Starting at 17, it's not the easiest thing to do, right? And it's not the easiest thing to stick around and do. So, Steven, if you want to share what happened for you, that would be
it's just like you become like, obviously throughout my whole journey, like being grateful for finding Herbalife and all of that, and it's just like a whole different feeling and ball game when you know what's really going to help you grow your business. There might be times where like you're excited, like say after you go to LDW and you're on level 10, you're super excited, like no one could stop you, like 5 people tell you no, but it still doesn't matter. Like there's that certain excitement. So like once you find like what like how you're going to build your business and what you're going to do, you're always like at that excitement level. So now I'm just like dealing with like making sure that I'm staying on top of my work and prioritizing the stuff that I need to get done. But yeah, it's just it's cool knowing like how I'm gonna hit my different pin levels. Because like before, I always knew I would, just by not quitting. Like you hear the stories all the time. Just by staying consistent and not quitting, like eventually you'll hit the level you want to hit. But now knowing that from doing that and like everything I've learned across my journey, because obviously I've been like still doing Herbalife and learning stuff as I go. Now I'm able to just like take what all the experience I know and the knowledge and stuff and just plug it into something that I'm passionate about, to where I'm going to find other people that are passionate about it too. And then I'm just going to be able to change my pin from there. But it's an incredible feeling. I know like even for you, Mike, like, how you're going to hit your next levels and stuff. And it's pretty awesome just knowing like, because I'm doing this, I know I'm doing this for the rest of my life. I'm doing Herbalife for the rest of my life. So now I know like right now how I'm going to do it. So it's pretty cool waking up like every day, like be able to do what you want, when you want, with who you want, but then also knowing like you're in the right space and everything's clicking and everything's moving in the right direction. It's still not going to be easy, but you feel a lot better for sure.
Good, bro. Proud of you, man. All right, cool. So let's get into it really quick. So let's talk about, first things first is loyal customer program. So I know, we've hit on it on a couple calls, and, you guys got some good stuff at the LDW. If you were there, if you haven't had LDW yet, you're going to get some good stuff at it. But has anybody dove into the loyal customer program at all? Took a look at it, implemented it yet? Okay, cool. All right, good. So what we're going to do is Carly and I are going to go over some things that, we're looking at doing, things that have been working for us. And really, I want to give you guys, I think it's an important piece, kind of setting up the loyal customer program. And then Carly is actually going to dive into kind of the examples as far as what we're doing and stuff. So Carly's mom is in town from California, and we were kind of here and got the opportunity to listen into their tab team call with Mark and Jill Addy, and to hear Mark Addy go over the loyal customer program and why it's important, how it's going to work, and really how they are using it and the language that they're using to really set their business up for all the changes that are going to be happening May 1st. Okay. So first thing first is May is coming. So we got to make sure that documented volume is like key, right? It's got to be key. So make sure that, finishing close to 80% or more documented volume in April is going to set you guys up for that May 1st. And with all the changes that are coming. Okay. So for the loyalty customer program, Mark Addy really talked about how there's, two different kinds of Herbalife. So for those of you who have been in quite a long time, it's been like you had your old way of doing Herbalife, and now there's this whole new way of doing Herbalife. And, the old way of Herbalife is basically you become a client, you sign up, you pay the one-time fee that we had, $68, and you're what's called a distributor. Okay. So then we went through all the changes, and now the new way of doing Herbalife is you become a client. We have preferred member, can't sell the products, can consume the products, can increase our discount through consumption. And then we have distributor, where we get to consume the products, increase our discount, get the supervisor, grow up the marketing plan. Okay, so you have those two different things, right? So what's happening is with the loyal customer program and this whole new way of Herbalife, there's 4 things that we really want to focus on. So I'm going to give you these 4 things. And the first thing is you need to set this all up. You need a successful way to get clients. So whatever that is for you, whether it's through the nutrition club or doing challenges or doing 3-day trials, social media, whatever your DMOs are and how you choose to do the business, there's no right or wrong way. It's you just have to have that way to successfully get clients. So that's the first step, right? The loyal customer program is for people who have customers. Okay, and the second thing is you need a way to keep clients. And this is where the loyal customer program is gold. Okay, so it's hard to build a business, and I'm sure some of you guys can relate. I was in the person who I was getting new customers all the time, but I was also losing existing customers all the time. So it was just spinning my wheels when it came to volume. In actual, building a business, if you're retaining your customers, your volume should actually go up every single month. So instead you see, for yourself, you can take a look at it. I know for Carly and I, it's like, okay, if we're not beating the volume of the previous month, we may want to look at what does our retention look like from our clients? Are we losing just as many as we're gaining, or what's happening? Okay, so you can take a look at that for yourself and see what it is. But we need that way to keep our clients. And then number 3 is we want a way to develop our clients. So Stefan really hit on this at LDW when he said, when he's talking about how, for those of you who weren't there, he was talking about how, he's competitive, right? And he was always going for that next thing. And the example that he used was his status when it came to flying, and the airline that he was flying with. He chose to fly with a certain airline that allowed him to basically advance his way up the ranks so that he could be like a loyal customer and get rewards from the airline, sit in a certain spot, have people greet him by name, not wait in line to check in, all that good stuff, right? So he wanted this status. Okay, so we need to find a way to develop our clients in the same way. Once again, with a customer program, you're going to see how it works when it comes to developing clients. And then the final thing when it comes to building your business is really diving into having a way to attract distributors. So would you guys agree that the only way in this new Herbalife to build your disc, or to build your pin and get to the higher levels in the marketing plan, is through getting new distributors? Yes or yes? Thumbs up. Okay, so distributors is the name of the game. Okay, so the biggest piece that stuck out to me was there's a reason why Herbalife came out with a loyal customer program, okay? And think about it for you. How many of you came to Herbalife and you started as a client and you said to your upline or your coach, I never want to sell the products? Go ahead and raise your hand, because I know there's a lot of you on here, and some of you who are off video, you're sitting there like, yeah, that was me. Okay, cool. So what's happening is now with this new way of doing Herbalife, we have preferred member and we have distributor. But what happens when you get a client? And this is what we're finding for Carly and I, so I'm speaking from our perspective. But what's happening is we're getting clients, we're signing them up as preferred members because that's what they want to do. And then they're never becoming distributors. And that possibility of them ever becoming a distributor is kind of like, nope, I just want to consume for the discount. I'm not bringing any people. Here I am. When in all actuality, it actually takes a certain period of time for that person, thinking back to yourself. How long did it take you to actually say, I want to be a distributor? So for us, we're putting people in this preferred member slot and nothing's happening. They're consuming their way and increasing their discount, but they're not becoming distributors. And really for us, we're not moving up the marketing plan with new distributors because we have so many people in that preferred member role. Now, preferred members are great. So we don't want to say, no preferred member, don't do this, don't do that. But I'm going to give you an example of it happened and what, we're looking at as far as the loyal customer program goes and how we're building distributors and how we're building them through that. Okay. So the biggest thing is getting a ton of customers. Okay. I went over that with number one. Figuring out what that is for you, bringing in a ton of customers in that funnel. And number two is getting them set up in the loyal customer program. So play around with it. Figure out how to do that. Ask your coach, ask your upline. Make sure you're clear on getting them signed up. And then really, I'll let Carly hit on it when she goes, but showing them the advantages of the loyal customer program and how they can take full advantage of it. Okay. And then the third thing is really, actually, I'm going to go back. So second thing with keeping your clients and getting them in a loyal customer program, one of the biggest things as far as language goes is, before, you guys know that in Herbalife, we want to create referrals, right? Referrals is the name of the game. One person could bring you 5, or they could bring you 10, or they can bring you 15. And really for me, how I look at it is when I get a new client, that's me entering a brand new circle of influence. So once again, if we get that client and has the potential to be a brand new circle of influence and they get great results and we slide them to preferred member, we're kind of closing the door on that circle of influence. Okay. So the biggest thing as far as language goes that we're working with is, what we're looking at doing is, think about it this way. If referrals is the name of the game, we want to create referrals, it's really hard. Like, you could do it a couple different ways. Old school Herbalife and how I used to do it was, hey, if you send me 3 people, I'll give you the same program that you're on for free. Or if you do this, or if you send me this amount of people, I'll give you this. And it's kind of like a real businessy way of approaching getting referrals. But I want to show you how a simple switch in language could totally change the game as far as referrals go. So Mark Addy's talking about this, like referrals is the name of the game. We want to create a ton of customers for that first piece. So what if one customer could bring you 5, 10, or 15 other customers to get started? So what they're doing is the simple shift in language is, hey, for every person you bring me this, it becomes, hey, so I'm so excited for you to get started on your Herbalife nutrition program. You're going to get amazing results. What I've seen in the past is when you go from having a certain lifestyle and you're going to transform it into a totally different lifestyle and this new healthy journey, it's not the easiest thing to do. So who do you know who would be willing to be your accountability partner and do this thing with you? That right there lands totally different than who do you know, I'll give you free stuff if you send them. So now what you're doing is you're taking that one person and they're like, they only know what you tell them, right? So they're thinking, okay, all I need to do, if I could get an accountability partner, it's going to be easy. Now you're coaching them together. And really what you want to do is think about this from how we used to do 3-day trial challenges and 3-day trial groups with grouping people together. You can do the same thing with your clients by creating groups with accountability partners. Call them accountability groups. And now you're creating 5 customers instead of 1. Enrolling them into the loyal customer program. And the cool thing about that is everything that goes through the loyal customer program when they're ordering on Go Herbalife is 100% documented. So when we're gearing up for May 1st, 100% documented, and then, we're good to go. Okay. So the third piece is when I talk about developing clients, this is where the loyal customer program kind of grooms them into either wanting to be a distributor because they are bringing in accountability partners and they are referring you people and they are getting all the free gifts through rewards points. So we're developing them that way. But the biggest distinction here with piece number 4 with wanting to attract distributors, we want to take a look at who is referring people, because this whole thing where we want people to become distributors, yes, But the biggest thing is we want them to earn it. And here's why. It does not make sense if I want to be a distributor and I have 0 people, right? And Caitlin's my coach. If I have 0 people getting started with me and I'm not sending her anybody to get started, then really if I become a distributor on the spot and she says, yes, you can become a distributor, automatically right then and there, my orders do not count as documented volume. So she's going to lose out on that documented volume. It's going to be undocumented. It's not going to help her at all. So there's this period of time, however long it takes, where we want to make sure that the person who wants to be a distributor goes through the pipeline. Client, in the customer or loyal customer program, your loyal customer program, you're seeing all the benefits of what it is, or all the benefits of a client. And third piece is we're getting people to get started with us. Then from there, they're building a web of customers so when they convert to distributor, they have a customer base that they're placing orders for, documented volume. And from there, we're looking at increasing their discount. We're going to senior consultant, qualified producer, supervisor, and then beyond. Okay, so that's the develop piece. Watch for who is referring people. And then that right there is going to attract your distributors. Okay, so what Carly's going to do now is she's going to take you through some things that we're actually implementing and how we're languaging things. And I want you guys to think about it this way. This is something that Carly and I are doing. It's not something you have to do. I would just encourage you to kind of take a look at it with an open mind and then get with your coach or your upline and say, hey, do you think this could work for me? If so, let's do it. If not, tweak it however you want to, and then let it rip. Okay, but make sure that steps 1 through 4 line up. We're getting clients, we're developing clients, we're attracting distributors, and then, we're good to go. So I'm going to pass it off to Carly, and she'll take it away.
Hey guys, what's up? Okay, so first of all, let me get a raise of hand from you guys of who has sat down and looked at the little customer program and how it works and stuff. Just raise your hand. I'm gonna look through and see. Okay, cool. So for those of you that haven't, I'm gonna go through a lot of it right now, but I would just empower you guys to go to My Herbalife, and if you go to, on the sidebar, go to customers and click on loyal customer program, there's a section where it has it says loyal customer program help or something like that. And it has a frequently asked questions page. It has all the details on there. And that's where I got all of this from, the points and stuff and all that stuff. So first of all, just a little overview of everything. So for the loyal customer program, once your person is enrolled in it, there's 2 ways in which they earn points. And the first way is the product points. So the product points is basically like volume points. So each order that they place, they get certain points for that, and then they earn the rewards, and Herbalife sends those rewards for free to them with their next order. The second way is activity points. So this is optional for you. You don't have to do the activity points, and the reason being is that Herbalife doesn't send out the rewards for free. You personally do that, so it comes out of your pocket. But when your person is referring people and doing the activities that you set in place, obviously it's worth it because you'll get so much more out of it with rewarding your clients that way. So there's certain, for the activity points, there's certain ones that you can set depending on how you do your business, what your DMOs are, if you have a nutrition club, if you don't, if you do social media, all that good stuff. And all of that is on there. So some of the stuff that I'm going to go over is the activity points that Michael and I personally chose. That kind of matches up with how we run our business and our client chat and social media and all that good stuff. So I'm going to share my screen really quick. Give me 1 second. Okay, I'm going to pull this up. Do you guys see this? Give me a thumbs up, Steven. I see you right now. Okay, cool. Okay, cool. So this is a document that I made that I'm actually going to be sending my clients who enroll in the Loyal Customer Program. So obviously I'm going over this with them in person too, but this is just like an overview of like a guide they can have to have on hand to really understand what it is. So like I said, there's the 2 ways, product points and activity points here. So under product points, if you see right here, this is how they qualify for points. So 100 product points 2 months in a row is the first gift, 3 months in a row was the second gift, and 4 months in a row was the final gift. And then for the activity points right here, tier 1 for the first gift is 25 points, and then just each level is 25 more points. So 50 points total, 75 points total, and 100 points total. So for Michael and I, these are the activities that we have set, and how it works is when your client does this certain activity, all you do is go into your end of the Loyal Customer Program and you record the activity and the person that did it, and it gives them those points. And then on your client's end, it shows like how much points they have, like how many more points they need to get to like the tier 1 or the first gift, all that good stuff. So it's really cool how it tracks it and it shows them like which gifts they've qualified for so far. It's awesome. You guys should just like dive into it. I did that and I've learned so much about it, and I feel so much more confident in it just by sitting down, like reading through everything and really just learning to like use this as best as possible, because Herbalife is freaking genius. So like ours, for example, is have your 7 shakes 7 days in a row, your shake every day for 7 days in a row. And we have our clients post their shakes in the chat every day on their first month using Herbalife. So they're earning those points by being consistent anyways. And another big thing that we're doing, so Michael and I use 3-day trials. So kind of our flow is obviously 3-day trial to Loyal Customer Program to distributor. And if they're a person that's eligible to be a distributor. And basically what we're doing is with each client, we're giving them activity points towards inviting friends to do a 3-day challenge with them. So I think it's right here is the first one. So send invitations to at least 5 friends about doing a 3-day challenge. And I put that they must put each person in a group text with me. So it's kind of already teaching them that skill of like tell, show, try, do. Because I have people that have people interested in 3-day trials to put them in a group text with me, and then I help them start a trial for that person because they're not a coach yet or a distributor yet. So it's already kind of teaching them like the language that I'm using, all that good stuff. So like it's passively like teaching them how to be a distributor and the activities and the language, and just like teaching them that way. And they get 10 points per 5 people that they send invitations to. So all that looks like is like, hey, so-and-so, this is my coach, Carly. I'm starting a 3-day challenge or whatever that looks like. And then the second one is they get points for having a friend do a 3-day challenge with you. So this is when someone actually starts on the trial. So number 1 is points for invitation. And then number 2 is points for having a friend do a 3-day challenge with you. And they get 10 points per person. So say they get 3 people here, that's already tier 1. They already received a reward for simply getting 3 people to do the 3-day trial with them. And then going down to, so yeah, this is just all the other ones that we have. So like posting a photo on social media, and I'm having them tag me so I can see it. Text updates about nutrition programs. What I've been trying to do a lot lately is FaceTiming with my new clients once a week to do like a check-in. So they get 10 points, limited to once per week if they phone call or FaceTime me each week to update me on their progress. So just stuff like that. And there's a ton of other different options with like nutrition clubs and stuff too for those. And then the part that is really interesting is this one right here. So the different discount levels. So basically all this is doing is creating what a membership would create, but you're doing it through the Loyal Customer Program. So without them having to even register for a membership, because obviously they have the 2 options. So one's distributor, which they might not be ready for that yet. And the other one is preferred member, which they can't do this with a preferred membership. So basically I like to call it like their free membership that they get to utilize, basically earn rewards, earn savings, all that good stuff. So how we're doing it is they're earning those activity points through the 3-day trials and sending invitations. And then when those people actually upgrade to 30-day plans, that's when they get certain savings off their order. So when one person upgrades, they get 10%. When one more person upgrades, so 2 total, they get 20%, 3, 25, 4, 30%, and 5 is 35%. So I'm going to stop this share really quick so you guys can see me. But it's really easy on your Go Herbalife. So we've been having all of our clients order through Go Herbalife. It's really seamless. It's really easy. They get to experience what the website looks like and stuff. And I love it because as I'm telling them where to order their stuff, they're also seeing other products and they're asking about like, oh, what's this? What's this? Like, gets them really interested in stuff like that. But anyways, so yeah, so when on your Go Herbalife, what you can do is you can create private discount codes. So that's how we're giving them these discounts. So you'll create a discount code for the 20% off and so on. And you'll just keep those active, like, because you can set a time on when it expires. You can set it for like in 5 years it expires or whatever. But so your customer will just type in that coupon code and it'll automatically take 20% off or whatever the case is right off of their order. So you don't really have to do anything on your end. They just type in that coupon code and they're good to go. So that's what Michael and I are personally doing with like the activity points and then the discounts and the savings. Just because they have that incentive, like Michael was saying, to actually send invitations out or get their friends and family to be their accountability partners during their 3-day challenge or trial. And then ultimately getting them to upgrade with them, and then they're saving money on their own products. So it's building, I like to call it, you're creating empowered clients and empowered members that they don't even know what you're doing, but it's going to be really, really easy to kind of like detect those people that are like meant to be a distributor. And then there's going to be those people that aren't going to refer anyone. They're not going to be interested whatsoever. You could keep them in their loyal customer program. You can choose to utilize the preferred member program if you wanted to. But like for me, I think I'm just going to keep them in the loyal customer program because, you know, one day they might be that person that's going to refer someone like that. You know, something might hit them and they want to refer you people or do this thing with their friends and family. So I hope that helps. I went through that really, really fast. But I was told to hand it over to Mr. Millionaire Team, Joe Makowski. Take it away.
Cool. Thank you so much. If you guys aren't taking notes, if you guys weren't present for that section, that was absolute fire. So thank you so much, Mike and Carr. You guys absolutely killed it. I was over here taking notes on my phone the whole time. Super, super, super awesome. Thanks for sharing all that. So for my section, so I'm going to talk a little bit about something that I'm really passionate about. It's as simple as work. You know, it's nothing, no, secret formula, nothing like that. The amazing thing, guys, is, I'm so grateful for our leadership. I'm so grateful for having these calls because literally you guys get the goods that that's working. You guys really get to see, the newer stories. You guys get to see the different wins. I'm over here taking notes on Steven getting 14 brand new people into the nutrition club. Like, I personally want that for my personal business. I'm taking notes on Sean and his group getting 212 people. I personally want to get my group to get 212 people in for one day. Again, we did it for our grand opening. We want to get that again. So I'm sharing all this stuff with you guys because the best thing you guys can do, whether you guys are brand new, whether you guys have been around for a while, if you guys are taking notes, it's be a sponge. Like, write that down. Be a sponge. Always. Like, the longer you guys are around, and Jay talked about this yesterday on our tab team call. When you guys, there's like different stages of Herbalife. There's like different levels to it. And there's a point in Herbalife where we call it the sophomore stage. And the reason we call it that is because that's when people think, that's the danger zone. That's when people think that they have it figured out. They might know what to do when it comes to use where talk. They might do their cuts to 2,500, but what they don't understand is they're in their own way because they're telling themselves, hey, I know what I'm doing. Me personally, I've been at this stage before. I've thought I had it figured out when I would tell myself that, hey, I don't need coaching or mentoring from Jay. He's my brother. Like, I don't need that from him. Or what's this person on stage telling me? Like, I've heard this at the same event. So the reason I'm sharing this with you guys is because you guys are going to go through this. So if you guys are in this stage right now, first thing you got to do is recognize it. The second thing is get out as fast as possible and be a sponge. So if you guys hear something on these calls, write it down. If someone inspires you, write it down. Bring it to them offline. You know, for me, if I didn't know Steven, I would go message him, hey, bro, what did you do to get 14 people in? I need to know exactly what you're doing. I'm a sponge. I'm hungry. I want to know that story. So whether you guys are newer or not, understand, guys, we're an entire family, and that's what you guys get to do. You guys get to leverage off of the rest of the family. So that's number one. Be a sponge. Be hungry. The next thing is going to be your work. So whether you guys are an athlete, whether you guys, no matter what you guys, as far as your hobbies growing up, if it's, you know, a specific, you know, job, if it's something, you know, studying, you know, in your field, in school, something like that, whatever that is, you guys understand it takes work over and over and over. So understand, guys, that everything is a habit and everything is going, you know, it's going to take time. So when we come into Herbalife, we hear all these stories, we get excited. We might see fast results. We might hit soup in, you know, 2 months, 1 month, 3 months, 4 months. We might get excited. But we got to understand, guys, it's going to take time to learn everything, you know, no matter what that is. So you guys got to be patient within that. So what I can give you guys is when you guys are being patient, you guys literally have to have like this self-awareness of where you guys are at with your level of work. So this is why we talk about ratios. This is why we talk about, you know, keeping track of your maps or knowing your different numbers. So I'm not going to give you guys like, hey, do this exact number, because it's going to be different for person to person. You know, if you guys want to go really fast, you know, get 10, 15, 20 new clients a month. You know, if you guys, you know, want to consistently build, if you guys are part-time, that is perfectly fine. You guys have other stuff going on. We get it. Everyone's, for the most part on this call, has or is currently building their business part-time around other stuff. But the biggest thing we have to do is we have to be conscious of our work. And it has to be progress. So it has to be set a goal. Maybe it's a goal that's 5 to 7 new clients, maybe 3 to 5 new clients. But we have to be progressing through something, or we're not going to be working or increasing our business. So number 2 is write down, if you guys are taking notes, write down, set a goal that makes sense for me, my schedule, and what my lifestyle looks like. You know, for me, maybe it's, you know, I'm full-time Herbalife, so my schedule is different than, let's say Bree, who has, you know, 2 jobs. So you guys have to understand what work is for you depending on the level you guys are at. And then the next thing, number 3, is you guys need to set a goal or a plan with your upline or someone that you look up to. Okay, so this is golden, because you guys need something to work towards to progress within your business. And then number 4 is get an accountability partner. So this could be cross line, upline, downline. It could be any line, whatever you guys want. But when you guys have an accountability partner, understand that you guys have to check into somebody. You know, for me, when I was in the best shape of my life, literally, it's when I came home from school and I moved in with my cousin, Steven, Jay, my best friends, because we're all accountability partners. We followed a strict meal plan. Before that, I wasn't following a meal plan. I lived with people, I'm not going to say names, one of them was on this call, that didn't eat the best. So you guys have to understand that everything is a product of everything. Like, it's so cool, because when you guys will notice is I can tell someone's work, I could tell somebody's progression in their business simply by watching them. Like, anytime I'm at the club or anytime like you're around a teammate, you can tell literally how they're doing within their business without looking at BizWorks, without knowing anything except for how they're going throughout the day. You know, so for example, let's say somebody wakes up and they just drag throughout the day. They take an hour to get ready. You know, they're complaining. They're talking about stuff that doesn't even matter. Like stuff like that, it really doesn't matter. It's stuff like that is the stuff that we gotta look at our daily schedule. You know, so my next point is we have to work on ourselves. We have to work on our entire day. So for this entire point, you guys have to look at what your entire day looks like, and then also plan out your entire day the night before. So I got this, I don't even know who I got this from. Maybe Celeste, like when I was brand new. Maybe it was even Nicole, where I literally every single night, the night before, I write down everything for the next day. Like every single thing throughout my day. Even like my free time. I'm going to have 2 hours of free time in the middle of the day so I could chill, kick my feet up, look over the city of Cleveland, have my tea. Like every single thing has to be laid out for you where like you're sticking to it. And at the same time, it might not be perfect. You guys might get sidetracked, but understand that you guys have to, you know, figure out what that is within your day. Because Jim Rohn talks about it, guys. Either you guys run the day or the day is going to run you. You know, so for you guys have to understand what that day looks like to be successful within it. Because here's the thing, and I was probably, you know, one of the biggest hypocrites when it comes to this. We hear all the time, I'm going to get team, I'm going to press team, I'm going to milk team, I'm going to this team. Like that's cool, but here's the thing: the stuff within that, the stuff with every single day, the work, the different numbers, the little stuff, the detailed stuff that me personally I don't like details. But the little detailed stuff that Carly and Mike just shared, the implementation and the execution within that is what's going to literally take you guys to that next pin. So that's the stuff that matters. That's the stuff that we get to take on. So these calls are helpful every single week. You guys are getting the goods from the newer, you know, up and coming leaders that we have, the older experienced guys that we have. You guys are getting the goods everywhere. So, you know, you guys can be set up powerfully. You know, we've been around for, you know, 3-4+ years, and we've seen a lot of different ways that people do Herbalife. I've personally had a lot of people quit. I've seen a lot of my best friends quit. You know, so stuff happens within this, but you guys have to understand right now, like what Jay was saying yesterday on our tap team call, you guys right now is literally the best time that I've personally been in Herbalife to be set up to be successful. That's why personally, if you guys look at like the top volume, a lot of it's going to be the tab team members as of right now. That's great. We're leading from the front, but at the same time, we all of us go. You know, so as tab team, we understand where this company is going. We understand the loyalty program. We understand all this stuff. And you guys, if you guys watch the momentum that's literally happening, the compound effect of all these amazing enhancements we made, then you guys literally, like, this is the stuff that once you guys put in the work, once you guys get the 14 brand new people to your nutrition club or whatever method you guys are using. I was just looking through the comments. Someone just commented, hey, 7 pounds down on the weight loss challenge. Keep it up, 10x it, because this is the stuff that's going to change your guys' pins. You know, so the stuff we're giving you guys, you know, put it into action, put in the work on yourself. Number one, work on yourself. Same thing Jim Rohn and Mark Hughes talks about. You have to be willing to work on yourself first. You know, put your mask on first, fill up your cup first. The rest are going to take care of itself from there, because you can't give somebody something you don't have. I'll say that again. You can't give someone something you can't have. You know, so if you guys are brand new in this thing, if you guys have been around for a while, and you guys are still, let's say, borrowing, you know, Jay's story or someone else's story, to be honest with you guys, yes, I love that. Keep doing that. But write your own story. Be your own hero. I was talking with one of my good buddies, I'm not going to name his name, in the club the other day. And it's very interesting, the group that we have in our nutrition club. And I'm just telling you guys like my story just because it's something that I can relate to and something I can share with you guys. And it's going to be relatable to you guys. And I was in the club, and I told him, I said, bro, I have a story in this club that 90% of people cannot relate to. whether it's finances, whether it's my background, whether it's my family. So for you guys that don't know my story, we grew up on the wrong side of town up until 4th to 8th grade. My mom still lives on the wrong side of town. But my dad lives on the right side of town. He was an entrepreneur. He found the company that was right for him. He worked on himself. He became financially free. So naturally, people are going to see my story or my brother's story or maybe your guys' story, and what they're going to say is, I can't relate to that. So what I told my business partner was, hey, they can't relate to my story, so I need you to get out of your own way. Stop telling other people, hey, Joey did it. Hey, Jay did it. Mike did it. KB did it. Sean did it. The different tap team did it. And say, I'm doing it now. Come with me. Watch my action. Watch my daily methods of operation. I'm leading from the front. Who's coming with me? So have that mindset. I guarantee you guys will change your pin. I could keep going. I'm going to cut myself short right here. So with that being said, thank you so much for getting on the call on this lovely Wednesday night. Implement the different stuff that, Carly, Mike talked about, anything that I said. You guys are going to get a lot of stuff, now from our president's team, soon to be 15, 20K, probably right to 30K the way this momentum is going to start taking off. Your boy, going to go over the mega for you guys. Listen up nice and closely. Your boy, Jay Mikowski Jr. You there, bro?
Thanks, Joe. Appreciate it. Guys, so I hope you guys are fired up about this call, as fired up as I am. And I just want to give some gratitude to Mike and Carly, first of all. How many of you guys have team members that give mad excuses about kids? Raise your hand. It's okay. I get it too, right? And I have to tell you guys, I was having a conversation with one of my friends in the business. He's millionaire team. And we just talk about like our different lines, and we talk about different parts of our business. And it's going to be really fun for you guys. I want you guys to think about this. Like when I sat down for dinner with Stefan, he's like, okay, tell me about your lines. And you guys know, like right now you guys are like, well, I have this person, their senior consultant. I got this person, their qualified producer. I got this person, their supervisor. And I'm excited for you guys for the day when it's like, I got this person, their mill team. I got this person, their get 2.5. I got this person, they're 7.5 mil. I got these guys, they're 30K. I got these guys, they're 15K. Like that's the vision I want you guys to hold for yourselves, because quite honestly, if you guys stay where you're at right now with your vision, you'll stay where you're at right now with your circumstances. So I want you guys to continue to think about like continuing to see more for your vision. Think about where you're thinking at with everything in your life, and you guys will be able to see more for yourselves. But my point of sharing that is like, guys, Mike and Carly never stopped. Carly got pregnant. They fell in love. Carly got pregnant. The fell in love part happened first. They went to extravaganza. That happened first. They dated. Mike went to California, and Carly came to Michigan. And Mike went to California, and Carly came to Michigan. And then Carly got pregnant. And they never slowed down. And I'm sharing this with you guys because, listen, I've seen so many people slow down for so many different excuses. In fact, Carly didn't just have Mason, but then Mike picked up a part-time job, and they never slowed down. And it's like paying attention to the people that are around you. Like you sometimes don't know how dope the people on this team are because you're around them all the time. But like Mike and Carr, like they've killed it the whole time with no excuses. And so that deserves to be recognized. And then you have Joe, who once he decided and once he came in, he's been on top volume the whole time. He's been my number one royalty the whole time. And the same exact thing. He's never slowed down. He's never stopped. He's never slowed down, and he's never stopped. So he can come from a place of integrity, which is what I want all of us to maybe check in with ourselves on. Is how is your integrity with what you're posting about? How is your integrity with what you're saying? How is your integrity about what you're telling your mentor that you really want? How is your integrity with your daily plan? If you say you want this, but you're not even on this call, or if you say you want this, but you're not at the events, or if you say you want this and you can't even remember when the calls are, it's very simple. If you guys have a phone, there's a thing on here. Let me see. It's called CALEND as in Daniel, A as in Anthony, and R as in Roy. It's right here, the bottom right for me. Maybe your guys' bottom left, I'm not sure. You're going to click it. You're going to click it. And then when that comes up, you guys see this? Look, I'm not smart. I'm not the smartest guy, but I know how to do this, right? You type in a time block, you set an alert, and then it'll pop up for you. Come on. This is why I make the big bucks, guys. This is why. The why is because I do what's simple and I do it consistently. It's just that simple, okay? So I want you guys, like I know I'm speaking to the choir, but maybe you can check in with yourself on that and be like, am I on top of my game? Am I being the CEO of my own business? I have to tell you guys, some of what I'm going to come into within who I am, I've been watching some people for my self-development, and like I'm loving it because it's speaking to my soul about, it's about work. It's about consistency. It's about sacrificing, living in a nice little house and working 9 to 5 just so you can pay for the house, and instead maybe living with 6, 7, 8 of your friends, sleeping on the floor and hustling for 4 years to build your business. What you guys see now, the life I'm living, you might think it's pretty. Sleeping in a room as even 7.5 mil team with 3 dudes, Steven on the air mattress, Dave on my futon, and me on my bed, all in one room, that's not pretty. It doesn't smell good, and it's not clean. Even though you guys know I keep my stuff clean, my room smells good. But with Steven and Dave, it didn't work. But my point of that for sharing with you guys is, what is your 3 people to 1 bedroom for your life? What is 5 people in a 2-bedroom for your life? What is 9 people in the hotel room at your first extravaganza for your life? What is that for your life that you need to say, frick it, for the next 3, 4, 5 years, I'm willing. Dion, I'm so inspired by. Dion did 50 invites on Easter Sunday. Yesterday, he did 100 invites. And listen, love that some of you guys are peppering the cars. I'm going to tell everybody in Northeast Ohio, please don't pepper cars, because I don't want to get in trouble for that, because they know who the Herbalife guy is in this city, and I'm not trying to handle that. Dion did 100 face-to-face, handed to people, invitations. What is that going to be for you? Guys in Grand Rapids, pepper the crap out of the cars. I'm serious. Keep doing what you do. I'm just telling the guys in Cleveland, you can't do that. We'll seriously get in trouble really bad. We already got like soliciting stuff and all that crap. So you guys get to look at that for yourselves and say, like, for the next few years, like, what are my 16-hour days? Or if you're part-time, listen, Angela Kaufman, like, she goes to school, she does the teaching thing, picks up the kids from school, does her work assignments, and then from 6 to 10 or 6 to 11 p.m. every single night. I saw this when I was brand new with her, and I see it still to this day. Every single night she's putting 4 to 5 hours in on her business, and on the weekend she's putting in more. You have time. Your team has time. Write this down. It's not important that they buy your story. It's just important that you don't buy their story. And if they're open to coaching, then you can stand for them. If they're not open for coaching, stop wasting your time and go get people that are open for coaching. It's so important that you guys start to build this muscle of having that stance, this muscle of having this relationship with your work, And if you guys don't have this relationship with your work yet, you have to find what that thing is for you. Is it Fit Club? Is it challenges? Is it working from home? Is it social media? Is it shake parties? Is it women's stuff? Is it men's stuff? Is it fitness stuff? Is it 30-day challenges? Is it body transformation challenges? And if it's none of those, figure out what it is for you. Like, I think of like Golden. Like Golden like loves to DJ, and I see her do her stuff on her like side hustle of being a DJ. And it's like, how could you integrate maybe being a DJ, having events with that, and then feeding the nutrition side of it? Like there's stuff like that that you guys can think about based off of what you love to do. So I want to share this with you guys now, and like wrapping up again with like honoring and recognizing Mike, Carr, and Joe for being consistent and giving to the group. For the mega, you guys want to understand this information. So I've been getting like all kinds of, let me say this first. I've been getting like questions about the mega. I know some of the team has too. I'm going to share this information with you guys. Here's what I want you guys to get. Tim, his father just passed away. He's in Chicago and Michigan both every other week. He's been traveling like crazy. He's going through some different personal stuff that doesn't need to be talked about. And we have our LDWs. He's doing 2 STSs a month basically with Michigan and Chicago because he's building in both those markets. And he is wanting to travel to Cleveland, put on a mega, do all of the work it takes to put this thing on, think about the agenda, and do all of the other stuff as an extra event. That is a clue card that this is going to be valuable. This is just as valuable as an LDW. This is just as valuable as an STS. This is honestly, it's just as valuable as an extravaganza considering the time that we're in our business. I get some of you guys can't take off 2 weekends for work. Oh, I got that. But do the best that you can to be here for this event. Because I can tell you guys this. We have 60, 70 people at the Cleveland STS in our organization. We might have 10 to 20 in Detroit. And then we might have 30 to 70 in West Michigan. Or the other STS in St. Joe or whatever. Wherever the frick that STS is. I confuse St. Joe and all those areas up all the time. But listen, we have all of these like things going on. We have more than 100 people in our organization at events monthly. We had like 70 at LDW. There's no reason why we can't have 100 people from our organization at this mega. It's open to all distributors. You don't just have to be a supervisor. The tickets are going to be, they're super inexpensive. And the content is all content relevant to how we're building in our organization. If you want to be able to be a leader for your team, if you want to be able to come out of there crystal clear as we head into the biggest, most crucial month in Herbalife history in May, then you'll be at the mega and you'll be there with your team and you'll be focused and you'll be at all of it. So I'll share this with you guys so you can know what I mean by all of it. So when you guys look at the screen, this is on the team page. If you guys aren't on this page yet, tell your upline to add you. It's the Team Hendricks Facebook page for this event. So right here is all the information. Tim has a little video on it as well. And it talks about where to buy the tickets. It shows you what hotel, if you're coming in from out of town, you can stay at for $89 for doubles. Thanks to KB for hooking that up. There's also the Hyatt. There's also Town Place. And then here's the agenda. Okay? It has the address on here. We're actually doing it at Results Factory. It has the times that it starts. Tab team 9 a.m. You're going to want to be in this meeting if you're active world team or above. It's going to be super relevant based off of metrics and numbers that you guys want to see. Distributor training 10 until 3. And then from the distributor training, we're going to 3 different nutrition clubs in the organization based off of location, not based off of anything else. Please don't take it personally if we don't make it to your club. We're going to the clubs that make the most sense on our way to the party because we have a tight time crunch. Okay? If you guys do want to come to all the clubs, come in town Friday so you can tour all the clubs. So you guys can go check out Ryan and Pardeep at Elite Nutrition in Strongsville. You guys can check that one out on Friday if you come in town. And then you can also check it out on Sunday. But then Saturday, after the trainings, the nutrition club tours. And then 6 to 9 right after that is going to be the party and the dinner. So what you guys will do is once you guys order your ticket for the mega, which is going to have to be done within the next week, you'll be able to pre-order what you're going to eat for dinner that night. If you want to eat dinner there, you don't have to. You can just come there. But I highly recommend, listen, guys, here's the thing. I was thinking about this. How many of you guys, I'm going to close this out, but just so you guys can see that, this is the schedule. It's all on that page. It's all the information's right there. It's going to be athletic professional dress, just so you guys know. That means like you can wear jeans and an Herbalife Galaxy jersey. Girls, you guys can wear yoga pants, whatever. Athletic professional. Listen, how many of you guys were fired up for your homecoming dance, your winter formal, your prom? How many of you guys were like super fired up for that? Or you weren't even fired up, but you still made sure you went to all that stuff? Raise your hand. Okay. And how many of you guys made sure you guys were at like graduation parties, or some of you guys call them open houses for your friends when they graduated high school? Okay. The parties for Herbalife are your homecoming, your prom, your open house, your graduation party. Because of the conversation that you can be around. Because of the people that you can be around. You guys do not want to miss the parties. This party is going to be dope. You're going to want to be around your team. You're going to want your team. Honestly, there's a certain point where it's like you can make your own decision if you go to the party or not. But for you to have your team not go to the party because you're not, you stole good conversation away from them. You stole them getting to be known by their upline and their upline tab and their upline press team away from them. You stole that from them. So I want to encourage you guys to be at everything. There's a reason why we put it on. There's a reason why we do all the work. There's a reason why we do these things. Don't miss it. Jim Rohn said, when he talks about his dad being like 80, 90 years old, going to the ball game and going to the play and going to the theater, and he wouldn't come home till 11 at night, and he's like 90 years old. And Jim would say, because he lived by a philosophy of don't miss, don't miss, don't miss. Don't miss the meeting. Don't miss the call. Don't miss the play. Don't miss the dance. Don't miss the movie. Don't miss the game. Don't miss. If you guys miss these things, watch your business miss you. Telling you. You guys want to know how, like, well, some of you guys want to know how do I get to be with Stefan? Or how do I get to talk to certain people that you guys look up to as much as I do? It's because I didn't miss. It's because I didn't miss. And there's missing within making it too. Because some of you guys make it, but you're not even there. So you miss it. Or you make it, but you're out in the hallway, so you miss it. Or you make it on the call, but you're not taking notes, so you missed it. So I want you guys to make it. And when you guys make the call and you make the meetings and you make the parties and you make the mentoring sessions and you make the daily schedule and you follow the daily action, then you make your way up the marketing plan. Then you make the income that you want to make for your friends and for your family. Then you make a certain life for yourself where you can be of contribution and service to other people. We're all in different places, and we're all at different places in our lives. The only thing that you can do is to make sure that you make it today. Do not compare to the different pictures on the screen. Do not compare to the person to the left or to the right of you. What's the most important thing is that you can find inspiration from those stories, and that you can make sure that you check yourself and you have integrity with yourself and you say, I did it today. I'm not where I want to be, but I'm not where I was, and I did it today. And tomorrow I'm going to do it again. And tomorrow I'm going to do it again. And you guys have to be okay with the chaos because it's freaking chaotic. And when you can accept the chaos, you're like, okay, go. Like, no problem. It's dope. It's fine. Let's go. It's fine. It's dope. Let's go. And that's how you guys can operate. Where'd she go? I don't know where she went. But that's what we have for you guys tonight. So I want you guys to make sure that you guys are on top of getting your stuff for the Mega. Reach out if you guys have any questions. Reach out to your team, guys, because, like, look, like, there's 52 people on the call. There's 200-something people in the Telegram chat. There's there's 100-something people that we could and should have at the Mega. So we want to do our best to make sure that they're all there and that we make it happen. Let's come off mute real quick. And any takeaways that you guys have from tonight's call that you guys want to share? Come off mute and go ahead.
I'm sorry. I'll go first just because it was a huge takeaway for me. Using an actual document to explain everything from Carly and Mike, that's really huge.
Good stuff. Thanks, Joe.
Yeah, the percentage discount for the referrals is huge. Like anybody that missed the call, I sure hope they watch the recording because the rewards program, loyalty program is far more valuable than the preferred member program. It's going to build business a lot faster.
I'll go. This is Golden, calling from Toledo. So basically literally right when this call started, I'm texting Ray I need more free time. I need to do more, focus on my business more. Because I work a full-time job and a part-time job, and I do Herbalife, and then I work out every day. But really, I don't need more free time. I don't have a kid. I just need to organize my time better and just you saying that lady staying up until 11 to work on Herbalife. I don't really do a lot of nonsense stuff, but there's definitely more organization that I can do and just a lot more focusing and just really getting down to the details and stop just I wouldn't say going through the motions, but just being okay and satisfied with just getting those sales and having the numbers. If I really want to take my business to the next level, really showing people how to do this so that I can get distributors and stop making excuses for myself.
That's good, Golden. Thank you.
My takeaway was what Joe said. If you're in the sophomore stage, recognize that and get out of it as soon as possible. That was a really good one.
Good, Deon. Thanks, bro. All right, one more.
I got one.
Go ahead.
I like what Joe said. He said, plan your entire day out the night before, so I'm starting to do that right now.
That's good, Christian. All right, guys. If any of you guys have supervisors in Minnesota or anywhere else around there, I'm doing their LDW this weekend, so send them there. Let me know if they're there so I can make sure I can spend some time with them. Besides that, you guys, good luck.
Yo, bro, distributor test.
Oh, yeah. Thanks, dog. I got you. Forgot that. You guys, make sure you take your distributor training. Get the certification for that. I know that the website's a little weird right now, but if you do the test, it should show up. You just might not get the certification yet. But you guys have to do that. Listen, it's important that you do it, and anybody who's still a distributor is going to have to do that, or they're not going to be able to order any products next month. You guys know what happens if your team members who are distributors don't order products? You don't get paid. It's really important. And if they aren't taking it, then they need to switch over to preferred member. So that this way, when they do order, because look, if they don't want to do the business, you're going to say, hey, we have a really cool upgrade for you. I shot that video on Telegram the other day. We have an upgrade for you. Upgrade your membership to a preferred member. You can order, and you'll be a customer that I work with, like that. So do that as well. Make your list. Go to work on that. Go to work on that with your guys' team. So besides that, you guys, good luck this weekend to the West Michigan Nutrition Crew. Really fired up for you guys to have your grand opening. If you guys are in the area, please go support them. It's really great to see everybody supporting everybody's spots. It's like yesterday I had someone come in from Joey, from Dave, and from Bree. And I can just tell you guys, like, it feels really bad when you do not fact find. Let me talk about this real quick. I'm sorry, I'm going to need 5 more minutes. 5 more minutes. F to the A to the CTFINDING. That's Fergie talking about fact finding. That was impressive. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Rach, I hope you thought it was as impressive as Steven and Caitlin did. This is super important. Fact finding. Especially if you guys are talking about really taking over an area, we're going to blow up. You're going to have different people blow up. You need to make sure, for the sake of your future business and how you feel about it, that you fact find. We're going to talk more about this next week, but listen, every time someone walks into our club, I ask them, welcome, how did you find out about us? How did you hear about us? And then they'll be like, Instagram. And then I'm like, okay, awesome. Was it somebody's personal page? And then they're like, no, it was your guys' CLD nutrition page. Then I know, okay, perfect. Then that's ours, right? But the reason why I ask about someone's personal page is because they'll answer off of that. If I say, did you see our Instagram page? Then they may be like, yeah. But they might have also seen a personal page who they might have talked to in the past. And they just don't say that. It's our job to have integrity. So I ask, was it somebody's personal page? And they'll be like, oh, yeah, it was Joe Max. And I'll be like, okay, awesome. I write down Joe's name, and then they fill out what they want to know more about. And then that day, I'm sending out a picture to anybody who had someone come in. And I'm like, hey, Joe, this person came in the club today if you want to follow up with him. Joey doesn't even work out of our club. The kid hasn't been there since the damn grand opening. What the heck, Joe? He hasn't even been here since – I'm just kidding. I don't get mad about that stuff because we're all working. So I don't get mad about that. I ain't salty. We're all working. But I'm like, Joe, here you go, bro. Bree had someone come in yesterday. And I'm like, hey, how'd you find out about us? And the guy's like, Bree. I'm like, oh, okay, awesome. Wrote it down. And then they say this sometimes, guys. How'd you find out about us? Jody. Okay, well, we don't have a Jody. So I'm like, oh, great. Well, how did Jody hear about us? And they're like, oh, everybody at the hair salon's talking about us. Oh, awesome. Which hair salon? What's the hair salon? Stella and motherfucking Shay. Stella and Shay, you guys, has had probably 15 people come in. And then I'm like, oh, great. Paige. How does that make Paige feel, you guys? Really good. How would it make Paige feel if I didn't ask these questions? Really freaking bad. And then Paige wouldn't want to work in the club anymore. And then Paige wouldn't want to do Herbalife anymore because it's not what Mark Hughes wanted it to be, which is fair. You do the work. You get the pay. Fun, simple, magical. Here's the other thing. If somebody hits you up and they're like, yo, I want to try the products. It's your job to say, great. Has anybody talked to you about Herbalife before, or have you tried the products before? I like to say this. Have you tried the products before first? And then they're like, no. And then I'll be like, well, have you heard of Herbalife? Has someone talked to you about Herbalife before? No. Have you been to an event? No. Okay. Then I'll go to work with them. But you guys cannot just have someone be like, oh, yeah, I've tried the products before, and then you take them. It's not how it works. If they try the products before, you say, okay, great. Like, who got you the products? Oh, Kevin. Oh, dude, Kevin's dope. He's going to help you get mad results. Let me send you back to Kevin. We all work together anyway. I'll still be able to help you, but Kevin will be your main coach. We had a conversation in our club on Monday, and I was like, guys, 0 tolerance. You start taking people's people, you're out of the club, and I will not work with you. You will not be allowed on my organizational calls. You're out. You can do Herbalife by your damn self. I have no tolerance for it. It's not okay. So you guys, especially in the clubs too, you guys need to make sure that you guys are fact-finding. Rachel, you had a girl come in who used to come to Results Factory. I think if you didn't get that paper, we'll shoot you it. But she was like, honestly though, Rach, she was crazy as hell. Crazy. She's like, she tried the shake. She was like, this is very light on my palate. She's like, I think I want something stronger. Maybe the tea messed up my taste buds. Yeah, it just, maybe it was, lemon's just a soft flavor anyway. I shouldn't have done lemon. I'm like, okay, let me put extra lemon pudding and extra lemon syrup for you. Dude, I put triple. She still was like, no, this isn't strong enough. I'm like, what the frick, man? So anyway, Rach, I don't even know if you want to deal with her, but
What's her name?
It was 2 weeks ago. I thought about running to Alaska because it ruined my club experience. I'm kidding, but I'll have to look for it for you. She was an older lady, blonde hair. She used to come to the club. She said that you sampled some products at her work, and she was a client, and I don't know. But either way, it's just what I'm saying, you guys. This type of stuff, fact-finding, it's going to be important. Whether it's in the clubs or on your phones, on social media, it doesn't matter, okay? So with that being said, you guys, take your distributor trainings. Make sure you guys are doing your fact-finding, build with integrity. And Michigan crew, I'll see some of you guys next week, and then I'll see everybody next weekend at the Mega. I love you guys. Talk to you guys later. Thank you. I'm a good actor and a singer now and a songwriter. Love you guys. Bye.